welcome you to the Marlins pregame show.
The other day he played right field.
Oh, he did.
So now
catcher.
the only positioning 262 as he swings and lifts an 0-1 changeup in the air, deep right center field. Marcy's going back. Warning track. Whoa! From Yuri to Marcy. Here's Bo Bichette.
First to his normal position at short.
Bouncing ball left side for Sanoha. First chance. The throw right towards the bullpen area.
Yes.
In Queens. Here's Juan Soto. Soto swats a fastball foul as a 99-mile-an-hour. And what a first season he had in Queens last year as he waits on a 1-1. Soto waits on a 2-1. It's a foul. Mets are coming from Washington of their last 17 games. They have moved past the Marlins in the National League East. There's a 2-2 to Soto. This is high ball 3.
In those 17 games.
Both of these ball clubs.
Well, it's starting pitching. I don't care what kind of offense you have.
Soto destroys one to deep right center, and you can forget about that. Way up onto the home run porch, and it's 1-0 New York. Center cut heater at 90.
Year for Soto.
So now over his last 27 innings of work, he's allowed
to throw off speed because the guy throws 100 miles an hour. There's a good four-seamer.
The home run went 449 feet. Mark Vientos batting .233 for the Mets. 1-2 popped him up. Joe Mack is back, and he's got it.
Start. He's got a career 3.43 ERA, so not too bad.
27-year-old right-hander out of one time through the Marlins batting order. Liam Hicks sends this fly ball in the air to left. Racing over is Nick Morabito, and he leaps, and he's got it up against the
plate, catching Meyer.
Well, this man, Ron Sabota was in left, Bill Murphy was in center, and Cleon Jones was in right. 2-0 to Norby is ripped foul. And is Myers. So you see a lot of the same thing for what I guess in theory, if it went really well, 5.
Done a nice job against the Marlins this year. They've had
runs batted in as he waits on the 3-2, and that splitter missed inside.
Pitch, good swing and miss pitch for him.
So Myers walks Norby, and here's Kyle Stowers, who was riding a modest year. Stowers sends a fastball to center. Ewing is back. Didn't get enough of it. And Myers works. Brett Beatty leads off the second inning for the Mets. Hit by a Met. That actually came 4 days ago with this guy at the plate, Brett Beatty, who walloped a homer.
Have to locate it a little bit better. And no matter if you're behind or it's a counts 3-2, and confidence in that fastball, and that's one thing you don't want to do when you're throwing 100.
Beatty grounds the 1-2 slider towards first. That's backhanded by Hicks in his first season with New York. Part of an offseason deal by the Mets. 3 homers and 18 RBIs. This has popped up in the air behind first, and both those errors have come behind the plate. Nothing at first. As A.J. Ewing takes a sinker outside, a 3-for-12 series in Washington. Mets of Juan Soto, who is showing them the way as Ewing takes a fastball inside.
Well, when you were supposed
to. And Ewing lays off a sweeper. He is New York. We expect to see him in this game tonight as Ewing takes a fastball for a strike. Starter, you could say. As Ewing waits on a 3-2 from Yuri. And he flies this one to center field. And he just got underneath that. Marcy has it in front of the wall.
He collected a couple walks, and compared to the season numbers, hard hit percentage was.
They cannot just constantly rely on Xavier Edwards.
Get him out of the leadoff spot. He's probably not. He wasn't a guy mentally just saying, "Hey, you know, I got to put it together. The pressure isn't on me, leading off the game and taking a bunch of pitches. I can be aggressive."
The leadoff spot as the 1-2 is knocked foul. Now, like Hut and I were talking about the other day, though, Jacob Marcy, he'll work you. Is that splitter missed outside? It's 2.
Yes, I mean, of course.
Ground ball right to Bo Bichette, playing it short for an injured Francis
Hop. I wouldn't mind seeing a catcher back there. Now, what would happen if had it on camera, though? But you see so many outfielders around the head. That way he can have the chance to cut it off Or let it go.
Shoots this one out towards the gap in right center field. That is down, and it bangs off the wall. Ruiz will stop at second with a one-out double. And the Marlins
go 4 innings, gave up 3 runs. 2 of those were earned.
Apparently there's some loose bodies in his elbows when he allowed 2 earned runs on 4 hits and 4 innings of work, as that one misses the Casey. That one's in there for a strike. You go back to Monday and the Marlins 2. There goes Ruiz. The pitch is tapped foul.
Well, you go back to 2025.
He's making $25 million this year. More in the National League East. Marlins are 5-9. Games Mets have won 6. Pitch to Casey.
Better or more space.
Ground ball to first. That'll score a run. And here is indeed. Got smashed by that foul ball. First pitch.
See hitters get balls off the hands. It's never a good thing.
Great with 4 RBIs against Atlanta as he slices that foul. The count's 2-2 on the. It's tap foul.
Back to that.
Broken bat, little dribbler towards third. Bare hand throw to first is not in time. New York, here's Javier Sanoja. On to blank the Mets on closing day 4-0. Check swing. Did he go? No. At 3/4.
Up, down, and away.
Sanoja lines one to center. Ewing's going back. He's got it. It's an awesome jersey as a part of your ticket package. Line drive hit foul. Morabito waits on an 0-1. That one missed inside.
Sweeper away.
Their bench nearly took him deep to start the game. 1-2. Misses low on Nick Morabito, who is New York Zaga College High School in Washington, D.C. And he has struck out. Soto. It's so crazy. He plays alongside of him. Luck in his career. Lorenz waits on an 0-2. And he can take a seat. Back-to-back strike.
Little snow cone off a changeup.
And Erie challenges him with a. His last 17 games, he has been terrific, batting .377.
Lefties, he'll mix in a curveball every now and then to a lefty.
0-2 is grounded sharply to second. Piece of cake for Xavier Edwards. Pair of
and surprised him and his family, guys, with a mortgage-free home. It'll serve for their service and sacrifice.
And Xavier Edwards lifts a fly ball to the left, one away.
Familiar with a lot of the T2T commercials out there with Frank Siller, and a lot of in Tampa. When the Marlins were there playing the station.
You know what's amazing, Nelly, and we were talking earlier, like it doesn't matter if you go to ground 0, 11 to ground 0, and he went on the road quite often.
Yeah, I was playing at that time, and we went to some of the firehouses, and you're
exactly call it an attraction, but it's somewhere you got to go. Puts a lot of things in life. And he waits on another 1-2 and pitch number 6, and that is lifted down the left field line, but that'll go foul. Let's get you a quick word from Doral Kia. 1-2. That one knocked foul.
You know, sometimes. And instead of worrying about, oh, we got to the Hall of Fame, he was about 95, 96 and went down to about 90.
He is averaging 98.1 miles an hour on that fastball this season. Rough start last night for Sandy. 6 innings, 6. 0-2 to Bichette, hit foul. You know, very interesting spot. The Marlins fired up. Another 0-2. That one got him. That's an excellent sweeper.
Right. Players, it's like, okay, they're going to treat everybody the same, and if you don't, reality. Some people can handle criticism. Some people can't. You can get to talk one-on-one with the manager and say, hey, I'm not happy with this, or I'm not happy.
Correct it, but they're going through it right now. 1-2 to Soto, misses low. This is where Juan Soto, this will be the third after it went 0-2. Broken bat, little flare out in the left, and a base hit for Soto, who's 2 for 2 tonight. Against packing him in to see the Marlins and the Mets. Ground ball double play, Taylor made. 6-4-3.
Away from that fastball, he's thinking that he had to change things up and use best friend.
Both side games. Marlin trip. 1-2 misses high to Stowers, who's 0 for 1 tonight.
Nice.
Yes. That's at McLean next weekend as you get a look at that upcoming schedule.
Him and Schlittler with
Marcy with a ground ball towards third. Backhanded by Beatty, who's throw to first. Little off target. Darn them when they're young.
how about that ice skating down in Miami, South Florida.
Really in the Sunshine State. It's interesting for a state that likes to produce a bunch of oranges. And see, Manaya's starting to roll a little bit.
Instead of, oh, we got to get to 95 again or 94.
Ruiz slugs one down the right field line into the corner. That is a fair ball. Benj has got to get it. Ruiz is on his way to third. Benj plays it in. Semion's got it. Might have been quite the show. Here's Owen Casey, who plated. Let's see if Casey can cash in another. Can he cash in another? Can he cash in another? He can. And the Marlins have their first lead in the ball game.
Baseman Semien. Halfway to the cycle. He's got one of the tougher ones, the triple out of the way.
Yeah, and he had. All from the left side. Waits on a 1-2 that missed too far outside. On this game here in the fourth. Mack hits one hard on the ground to Semien. And the inning is over, but a 2-out RBI.
Time around, he has an occasion to get away from it and go to the off speed, but not this time. That's nice to see. A little bit better that front leg. When he spins off and he violently spins and do whatever just to try to get more consistent.
Beatty, Semien, and Ewan. So 17 hits. He waits on another 0-2. And this one is going to result in a little pop out behind second for Javier Sanoja. And it's
a pretty good deal right there.
Yeah, it is. Great deal. Strike one called on Mark.
Not a big warm beer guy.
No. Now, Yuri Perez has retired 10 of 11 since the Soto 2-out solo. Soft roller towards first, and Liam Hicks dives to the bag. Make sure you stay tuned to the set for McCraig and Craig downstairs at the desk. For Jacob deGrom signing with the Texas Rangers, so you get Morbido for Syndergaard.
Amounted to much, so that was a really good pick on him.
Rangers this year. Ewing cues this one softly towards third.
Sweeper as far as him able to command that pitch.
And maybe the Mets were in pitch number 64 of his outing. And he struck him out with a fastball at 100 miles an hour. Upstairs in the suites is anything like the food that's on there, but I'm going back. And they can't stop me. He knocks of Owen Casey, and maybe he gets a little bit more pull as Sanoja pulls this sweeper into the left field corner. He's going to open up the bottom of the fifth inning with a double. Just going to say maybe that's good to see. Let's see if Xavier Edwards is really serious about bunting here.
In front of the bag, you can't really give in a lot because Sanoja could. You want to try to bunt it firmly down the third base line to make that third baseman bunt, field that ball.
First, Edwards squares and he bunts this in the air. That'll go foul.
Second.
Line drive out towards short. Bichette's got it. Ruiz has done it 5 times. Marcy has done it 5 times. And he popped him up. Beatty's got it. And the Marlins are in danger of. There goes Sanoja. Here's the throw to third. And it's not in time. And the 0-1 pitch to Norby. That is drilled on a line to left. Sinking fast. Diving Morby.
So we'll make sure to keep an eye on him.
Ralston was a 7th race, 16 appearances. That is great. Here is Nick Morbido, who is still in search of his first top. 1-2 misses high on Morbido. In 118 games there, about 20% better than league average. So he waits on a 2-2 and he takes strike 3 at the knees.
Leagues for the Mets. He got called up and just.
Luis Torrens swings right over top of a slider from Europe.
Better command of it.
Check swing, tied him up. He did not.
No, they're going fastball again. Just like that right there. That's what I'd love to see from catcher.
Torrens flies a sweeper deep to left. Ruiz is back onto the track at the wall. He's got. So the question now, Nelly, is going to become for Clayton McCullough, and you let him get out of here feeling good, right?
Well,
that's the big question.
I'm going to cheat and say yes, and then if something happens, or wait a minute,
but we're to somehow get there. 1-2. Just outside with a sinker. 5 guys fully available. 2-2. That's low ball 3. They say Carson due from Uri coming to bench. He flies this to center. Hit it pretty good. Marcy's going back with Ruby's got it. He's Ontario, Canada, making his 2026 debut.
Yes, 3 bad ones. He's got a good heater, 95 to 97.
In AAA this year had a 5.68 ERA in 38 innings. 0-2 fastball popped up. If you've got 97 in the tank in your back pocket and you're struggling rotation if they'd like at some point. Here's Jacob Marcy after the Stowers fly out. Marcy swings and misses at a very good changeup. Funky, but that catapult motion. You can kind of see it, right? You see it a little bit.
And pitches across. You watch that stride as across his body. Good sink on that changeup.
And then we give you his AAA number.
Across his body so much that sometimes he'll have a hard time getting on the outside part of the plate.
That's a very quick and easy. 7th, Yuri Perez is back on the mound for Miami. And Nelly, you and I were doing
ball game and get him out of there. I mean, he's done a really nice job.
He had 9 RBIs in Washington, D.C. as he's ahead of the count 2-0
on both those hits.
And Bichette will challenge. He's in his 8th major league season. Popped him up into right. Owen Casey is there, and there's one away.
So much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, Kelly. The Padres. Nardi is pitching for the first time since Tuesday, and Joe
dies in a game.
Last time we saw Amber. 0-2. Up and in on him. Mets got a hit in the one here in the 7th. That's grounded out to short. Sanoja's got it. Fires it to first. And Mark Vientos takes a changeup for a strike. He leads the league in losses. He's looking for his 3rd win of the season as Vientos. Strike 3 called at the belt. Long back out for his 2nd inning of work, facing Owen Casey, who has accounted for both number 6 and number 7 in the batting order, doing a ton of damage. Tong has a little bit of that Spencer. Fastball just missed outside on Owen Casey, and the National League East. And that is ball 4. So Tong issues.
He's very happy from what he saw from Woody.
Marlins and Uri both desperately needed, and he cashed it in.
Better mechanics today by far. Better command at the fast and homers in other places. But what I liked is that the slider was a lot better as far as throwing for a strike.
Ground ball to second. 4-6-3. Double.
He uses fastball. We keep talking about the fastball can help him get out of jams if he locates it well. If he does get behind the
Sanoja pops this in right. Andrew Nardi remains in the game for Miami. This is the last bet now for the Marlins. Taylor hits that one foul. It's 0-2 on Tyrone. Again, he's a light hitting outfielder though. As Nardi comes home with an 0-2, it's hit foul. But
was it out?
Struck him out on a slider. One away. And the Mets facing him for just the 3rd time in his career, and he's facing Marcus Semien, who will lift. Facing Semien for the first time in his career, and Joe Mack will challenge this. Kept the Mets offense at bay here tonight. Filthy slider, 1-2. Doesn't have the bat anymore as he strikes out on a fastball, and there's 2 away. First pitch slider. If he gets on, he can burn. That fastball missed inside. Last time that one misses low. 2-1 on Ewing, who's playing. Mets do not have a hit since the 4th, and Soto's got both of them. The 2-1. Oof. But he just 2-2. Back to the heater. And Ewing was a little bit tardy on it. And 2. Do it again. From Peterson to Ewing. Line drive right center to base hit. Mets have their 3rd hit of the ball game. A 2-out single by AJ behind the plate. There he goes in the first pitch. It's a ball. The throw to second. Got him!
A little bit, but that throw was just outstanding. It had to be perfect, like you meant.
So special. Now, Nelly. So top of the order due up here in the bottom of the 8th. This is where you would love to get attacked. Tong missed with in terms of saving your bullpen as Edwards swings and misses at the check here in the bottom of the 8th. Now Pete Fairbanks gives a night ago. Liam Hicks gets underneath this fastball. And it appears as if the Marlins are going 1 month ago. This is flown down the right field line. Long run for Benj, and it's foul. Well, make no mistake about it, Max Meyer has been the best from Tong to Lopez. By the way, Tyrone Taylor has gone to center field. Weak ground ball to short. Bruhan's got him. Perfect 8th for Tong here of his first major league hit. This ball misses inside ball. That's cut on and missed. That's on the corner for a strike, and it's 1-2. See ya. 1 away. MJ's dad. And he's behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Oof. Two on Melendez. 2 on Melendez. It's the Melendez. And a 2-2 from Fairbanks on the way. Struck him out with a slider. And one of them was pretty darn close to being a homer. The 1-0 to Benj. High and tight ball 2 with Bichette on deck.
They know. Even though Fairbanks.
Balls and a strike. 3-1. Strike 2 on the corner. Boy, he could. As Bichette takes ball 1, and Soto is on deck. Swing and a miss. Boy, he came out of his shoes on that cutter. 1-1. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Popped him up center field. Here comes Marcy. And the ball game is over. The Marlins